In a quaint village nestled between shimmering hills and flourishing meadows, lived a young boy named Liam. Unlike others his age, Liam possessed an insatiable curiosity and lived for mischief and pranks, much to the chagrin of the villagers. His father, a humble shepherd, entrusted him with the simple but important task of watching over their flock of sheep in the verdant pastures just beyond the village. Every day was the same. Liam would bring a small wooden flute his father carved for him. As the sheep grazed, he played joyful melodies that danced across the field. It seemed idyllic, but for Liam, who desired excitement, it became unbearably mundane. One afternoon, as the sun generously spilled golden light over the landscape, Liam found himself bored. In a capricious moment, he concocted a plan to entertain himself. Scrambling to the top of a boulder, he cupped his hands around his mouth and cried out, "Wolf! Wolf! There's a wolf attacking the sheep!" His voice echoed through the meadow and carried swiftly down to the village. The villagers, hearing his desperate cries and fearing for their livelihood, dropped their tools and rushed up the hill with pitchforks and sticks, prepared to fend off the fierce predator. But as they arrived, breathless and anxious, they found nothing but Liam doubled over with laughter. Though irritated, the villagers returned to their homes, grumbling at the boy's antics, but relieved the threat was false. Liam's little game continued for days, each time drawing more ire from the villagers. He would shout and call, feigning fear in his voice. Despite repeated warnings from his father and the exasperated villagers, Liam was relentless in his mischievous ways, finding too much delight in his cleverness to stop. Then came one fateful day when a genuine wolf prowled the outskirts of the pasture. As the sun dipped beneath the horizon, painting the sky in hues of lavender and rose, the sheep, which had always been at peace, began to bleat frantically. Liam, catching sight of the stealthy creature emerging from the shadows, scrambled onto his boulder. He shouted with all the earnestness he could muster, "Wolf! Wolf! There's truly a wolf!" But this time his voice met silence. The villagers, now accustomed to his lies, shrugged off the cries as another ploy. No rush was made, no help was sent. Liam's heart raced as the wolf closed in, his pleas growing shriller and more desperate. By nightfall, the wolf had scattered the sheep, leaving only chaos in its wake. When dawn broke and the villagers came to assess the fields, they found Liam seated where he had called. His face etched with regret, and his eyes filled with tears. The lesson hung thick in the air as palpable as the morning mist. Liars are not believed, even when they tell the truth. The villagers helped gather the surviving sheep. Though furious, they could see Liam's anguish and decided that he had learned his lesson. Liam, filled with remorse, apologized profusely, promising never to betray their trust again. He took his role as a shepherd to heart from that day, watching over the sheep with the seriousness and dedication it deserved. Under the same sunlit skies, he played melodies on his flute, more tempered now, reflecting the rhythm of a young boy who had learned the value of honesty and the weight of trust. As time stretched on, the tale of the boy who cried wolf was told and retold, ensuring the village children remembered the price of deceit and the importance of integrity above all else.